This is Mervyn and Sam. They've lived in this house for the past 9 years.
This doesn't work. The freezer doesn't work.
Kitchen has taken a beating over the years.
In that time, they've often tried and failed to make it a home.
The light switch is on the inside,
That needs to be...
rendered and finished.
Now, with a budget of just £5,000, it's been transformed.
Oh, wow!
And this is how they did it. Today's family live in a home like many of ours that's bursting with bodged DIY jobs.
I've forgotten how long that's been there like that because you find ways to get around it.
Well, they needn't fear, because the darling of daring design, Linda Barker, is here to help.
Seems as if there is nothing here that you love anymore.
No.
Linda's going to help them achieve the house of their dreams for just £5,000.
I will spend it wisely, I assure you.
Now, we all suspect TV makeover shows fudge the figures, with an army of behind-the-scenes blaggers bagging stuff for free. But this show is different. Everything will be paid for using £5,000 of the homeowner's own money. So make it stretch, Linda's going to have to get nifty with design sheets, bargain hunting and clever upcycling.
Linda, I don't know what to say.
The first people to hand over their very own wad of cash are Sam and Mervyn, who've lived in their 3-bed terrace in Hertfordshire for 9 years. In that time, they've had their daughter Danica and taken on loads of DIY jobs. But none of them are actually finished.
Done quite a few
We started
changes.
lots of projects.
Yes. The light switch is on the inside,
That needs to be
rendered and finished.
the kitchen, bathroom, hallway, dining room. Living room, I think we did that. That just needs to be refreshed.
Mervyn might be a qualified electrician, but putting others first means their home has suffered.
Mervyn helps out everyone else, and therefore our home kind of gets pushed back. So that's the problem.
And even young Danica's still waiting for a big girl bed to be built.
I'm getting a little bit big for my bed. Sometimes my legs hang out.
Now it's finally time to finish what they started. They've raised the cash, but have no idea how to use it.
When it comes to designing, we haven't got a Scooby. Linda, it's all yours.
Sam and Mervyn may lack both inspiration and motivation, but that's where Linda comes in.
Hello! Sam! How are you, Mervyn?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Sam and Mervyn's is a regular family home. 3 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs, downstairs a living room and dining room. But where the house is screaming for a transformation is in the dark, impractical galley kitchen.
When we bought the house, this was all in.
Ah, so you just left it.
We left that.
But you hated it from the get-go.
Yeah. It works, but it just about works. We don't actually use that cooker.
Oh, and all the seals
Yeah.
broken.
They do have new appliances, but they've been sitting uninstalled for 2 years. And the state of electrician Mervyn's electrics is not much better.
Mervyn, tell me about this.
Well, because of the...
Is it working?
It does work.
Is it fair to say that the whole house is kind of like this?
It's all
kind
a
of
work in progress,
it's
the whole house.
At the first stage.
Linda's going to completely rethink the awkward layout and shabby, lifeless decor. And she'll also be saving some cash on the appliances. Next to the kitchen is the boring beige box of a living room, with more unfinished jobs.
So how long ago did you do that stud wall?
About 6-7 months
Yeah,
ago.
I think that's about right.
Why is it unfinished?
I just haven't had the time. Things happen and...
You kind of ran out of...
And behind the sofa, there's yet more unfinished business.
The parquet flooring's
It is, it's missing, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK.
The room's little more than a corridor with a lack of storage space in the office area. But it's the bland colour scheme that offends our Linda.
I can't imagine you sitting here loving watching a movie or chatting or anything
No.
like that.
We do, though.
It doesn't seem to reflect you at all.
No.
Upstairs is the room that makes Sam weep every day. The shower room.
I've lost tiles at the
Okay.
bottom. My shower head, I've lost that.
yes, it doesn't
I have no
exist.
storage in here.
It seems as if you've got a big long tick of I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. And there is nothing here that you love anymore.
No, I hate it now. I really, really hate it now.
So on top of a new kitchen, they want a new bathroom too. Those alone could take up the whole 5k budget. And then there's the shocking state of Mervyn and Sam's daughter Danica's bedroom that's not been touched since she was a baby.
It's like a minute, tiny little bed.
Yes.
It's like a doll's house almost. At least you've got like big floor-to-ceiling wardrobes.
Yeah,
that
but
is
I hate these.
essential. Tell me why you
I
hate
really
them.
hate them.
Very old looking.
A bit of imagination, refresh of colour, and it'll look like new.
The hideous 70s brown wardrobe doors need a lot of love, as does the rest of the room. And though Linda may be bursting with ideas, Sam and Mervyn have none, and don't even know what they want Linda to do.
I'm so rubbish at design.
We're absolutely no good at design
So-
and stuff like that. So
If you give us some ideas and we can say, yeah, I really like that, or
Okay,
not quite that. Is that okay?
Having no clear design brief may be a challenge for some, but that's meat and gravy to Linda Barker. Only thing is, she has just 5k to deliver Sam and Mervyn something they'll love.
This is where I get to take control of all your hard-earned cash. How long did it take you to save that much money?
We didn't actually save it.
no, it's a gift from my sister.
Wow!
Yes, she's kind of taken pity on us.
5k.
5k.
Thank you. Off I go. I will spend it wisely, I assure you. I want you to love this house.
Right.
But we have to make compromises because 5k is a lot of money, but actually we're dealing with the whole house here. I will really make this money work very hard for itself.
Thank you very much.
The 5k is a genuine budget. Nothing is blagged for free, and any discounts negotiated you can easily do yourself. Everything Linda plans to do can be done by anyone at home, but since this is a TV show, she has just 1 week. To get it done on time, she's throwing labour at the project, starting with builders Philippa
Can you hear that? Sounds hollow. Basically, the plaster has blown away.
and Paul, more commonly known as Pooch,
Budget-wise, we're talking over £100.
and Linda's right-hand man, Joe. Any work that isn't simple DIY but needs specialist trades has to be paid out of the 5k budget. To keep costs down, they'll call in family and friends to help, but all the other work they'll be taught to do themselves.
We're going to take all that grout out and we're going to use something called a grout raker.
The house is being stripped back to a blank canvas, and all Sam and Mervyn's belongings are shipped out onto the lawn for Linda to root through later to see what she can reuse or upcycle.
Let's get these out of the way and then we can think a little bit more clearly.
When the house is stripped back, Linda will be able to reveal her design plans to Sam and Mervyn, and they definitely won't be boring.
Of course I'm not going to give them a white kitchen. Of course I'm not going to give them magnolia walls. Why on earth would I be here if that's what was going to happen?
Over the years, Mervyn and Sam have started loads of DIY jobs in their house, but never seen them through.
That stud wall. Why is it unfinished?
I just haven't had the time.
But now with just £5,000, they're turning it into their dream home. The prospect of a new kitchen makes everyone fear for their bank balance, and the same goes for Linda. So she's going to be splashing the cash in here.
We're going to lose this door, but we're going to put a window there.
Yeah, good.
And then wrap your units around there.
We're going to keep the sink though, because that's...
Keep the sink.
Yeah.
Have it in front of the window.
Right.
That gives you a nice long run of worktops.
Okay. It still seems like it's going to be not enough money to be able to do all of this.
I'm not promising everything, but in my mind, that's what I would like to give you.
Linda's going to have to shell out for new work surfaces, doors for the units, tiles and specialist labour. So the Barker budget is £2,900 for everything. That leaves £2,100 for the rest of the house, starting with the living room.
I want to keep it quite simple and very elegant and sophisticated.
Oh, lovely.
With some bold uses of colour. I was really hoping that I might paint that wall, a feature wall, navy blue.
Okay. Navy. It has to be navy, does it?
Maybe navy blue stroke magnolia.
To totally overhaul the room layout, Linda wants to get a new sofa. It may sound excessive, but it's about shopping smart and spending wisely. This room is a big job, so she's assigned £1,000. With just £1,100 left, Linda will have to get smart in Danica's room. But one thing's for certain, it won't be bland.
Maybe yellow and touches of raspberry, but just put these hexagons of colour. So it's almost like a patchwork. So we're just not putting paint, flat paint on your walls. We're being very creative.
Linda will need a big slice of the 5K to sort out that wardrobe, so elsewhere she's got to be clever to finish the room. She's only giving herself £800 for a total transformation, leaving just £300 for the shower room, where Sam and Mervyn will need to push their beige boundaries as Linda's going bold with colour.
This is the room that really has to just blow Sam's socks off.
Sure.
I'm thinking maybe something like a very dark charcoal grey, and then we can find like antique hand mirrors, put them all over the walls.
Sounds good.
Linda will use some smart design ideas in here to make the most of just £300. To do all the work the traditional way by chucking out and buying new on the high street would run to around 10 grand. But keeping things cheap doesn't mean being boring. Linda has the secret weapon of colour, but this is going to be a big leap for Sam and Mervyn.
It's taken us out of our comfort zone.
Definitely.
You see, some of Linda's designs are, as far as we're concerned, off the Richter scale.
To allow the change of layout in the kitchen, the first job is to strip out the shabby old units.
It's all happening, isn't it?
Crazy.
Cash-saving tip number 1, keep the old carcasses and just change the doors. Now, building work costs money, but bricking up the back door will add valuable space and work surface in the kitchen, so it's worth doing at £250.
Don't lock me out.
You could get about £100 for an old UPVC door by flogging it online.
That'll give me a few quid, won't it?
As for trained electrician Mervyn, he's been put to work sorting out the electrics.
I've been up from 7 o'clock, started doing stuff, getting stuff prepared and ready.
To do the work Mervyn's doing, you'd need to get an electrician in at £200 a day for 2 days. So that's £400 he's saving on the budget.
I'm taking no prisoners today. Getting stuck right in.
The best way to save money on a makeover like this is not to spend any money at all, and simply reuse and reimagine what you already have in the house.
This came out of your living room.
Yeah, it's quite a solid piece. I don't know, that's why I kind of kept hold of it, but...
It's just a bit boring.
Yeah.
We can recycle that. It will need a bit of reconstructing, paint it, and it will just look like a completely different piece of furniture when we've finished.
I was going to throw that in the skip yesterday.
Were you?
Were you?
Yes.
Anything else that you've had your eye on that you want me to look at in a new way?
Danica's chest of drawers.
I'm not so sure about this. It's not real wood.
No.
The bottom of the drawers are broken. It's a bit wobbly. I'm thinking I might get rid.
We really wanted to keep hold of it if we possibly could. I just think the more storage that she has, and yeah, this little drawer where
nice.
she keeps
Her pens
socks
and pens-
no,
oh,
she keeps her socks
socks.
and things like that in that one. So can we?
Must.
I must.
Got to. I'm sure you can keep it.
No, I'm sure you could do something,
with it.
OK.
Remember, whatever you don't reuse or adapt yourself can be recycled or sold. You can donate to your local charity shop or to community furniture projects. And you can sell online through places like prelove.co.uk or stuffyousell.co.uk. What you've got hidden away or cluttering up your home could turn into a fair few quid in your back pocket.
Right, Sam, I hear that you're not very happy with this room.
And a top way to keep costs down is to get stuck in. So Philippa's putting Sam to work to teach her some skills for the shower room.
We'll start first of all with the tiles.
Yes.
So I can see already that a few of them are quite loose. However, I think when we go to take them off, yeah, I can see that we've got quite a bit of a build-up of old adhesive there. So we need to get this off. What we're going to do is put it in a bucket of hot water, leave it overnight, and it kind of reactivates the adhesive. Okay. So in the morning, you can just scrape it off. So we'll have nice new tiles to work with.
Yeah, that's a plan.
They'll be looking like new in no time.
To get cheap wow factor, Linda plans to use colour, but it's not going to be magnolia.
Ta-da!
Oh, wow.
Dark lead grey.
That's my nervous laugh.
Oh, is it?
If you're nervous now, Sam, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's just do under the mirror here. Oh, that is dark, isn't it?
That's quite dramatic, isn't it?
take a bit of getting used to. Not sure. I think it's going to look good.
I'm still trusting Linda.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Will I get this painted then?
Okay.
Linda's motto is cheap doesn't mean boring. So why not experiment with tester pots of paint for £1 each and get some colour on your walls? Good places to buy cheap paint are specialist decorators merchants, or search online for reclaimed paint suppliers. Don't play it safe. White won't necessarily make a room look bigger, but it will definitely make it look boring. Now, when it comes to shopping for her house, Sam's default choice is the high street, which can cost a fortune. But Joe's going to show her that eclectic vintage and charity shops are gold mines of unique and cheap gems.
See, this is perfect.
That is incredible.
Yeah, you want mix and match. You want, like, you know, the likes of this going with this on the wall. I can tell by the way your eyes are widening that you wouldn't normally come to somewhere like here.
No, I wouldn't. I would just normally go to the high street store and or buy things online. I don't know, this whole experience is just, it's really opened my mind. You just think, OK, I'll go to the high street and everybody's house looks exactly the same. But they'll walk into my house now and they'll be like, wow, where did you get that? That looks amazing.
Sam and Joe aren't the only ones who've been shopping off the high street. Linda's been online and has come up with a way of storing Sam's papers in the living room in suitcases. But can she sell the idea to Mervyn?
This is going in your living room at the side of the door. Why are you staring?
Nothing.
It's all going to be painted, so it will all be beautiful white. Okay. And then on each shelf is one of these, an old vintage suitcase. And in each of these suitcases is Sam's life. I really like it, but you're...
Sorry?
Are you sure?
Pardon?
Tell me what. Is this my brain that's telling... You think I've lost the plot?
This one I do, yes.
Oh!
It's strange.
You struck for words.
Yeah, very strange.
Stuck
very
for words.
strange. Very strange.
Do you think it's Sam's kind of thing?
Not really,
Do
no.
you think she's going to have your reaction? Just laugh me out of town?
Do you know what? I'll reserve a few more comments till it's finished.
OK, it is nearly finished.
Linda's failed to win over Mervyn with the bookcase. Maybe she'll have more luck with Sam, making a budget ottoman for the living room.
I've started off with a very basic table and I'm going to upholster it so it's nice and soft when you put your feet up. When you go into a fabric shop, you will look at something like this.
That's right.
So when this fabric, for example, has gone out of season, this book is worthless. So actually, I've been able to get one of these books for nothing. It's over 1 metre of fabric.
Amazing, yeah.
And that's really all we need to make our ottoman.
That is amazing. That's really, what do they call it, ingenious.
Yeah. We are really chasing every penny. Okay. And if you follow that line on the selvage, then we're good to go.
A top-of-the-range upholstered cube ottoman can be as much as £600 on the high street. But Linda and Sam are knocking out this little beauty for just 30 quid.
Quite fast, isn't it?
It is quite fast.
Linda's scored a victory with the ottoman, but Sam and Mervyn are magnolia maniacs, so she's trying to get them to boldly go where they've never been before. The dark side.
It's going to dry darker.
Darker?
A wee bit darker, yeah, because it's got a lot of pigment in. Do you like it?
Yeah,
Oh, you could go darker. I'm sensing you could go darker.
No, we're not going to go dark.
Are we not? OK, I could have gone
darker.
dark. I think I played it safe. I could have gone darker than this.
I think we've got the compromise then.
Then we have.
It's not dark at all.
Linda gets the paint on before they can change their mind. Over to Mervyn and Philippa for the hard graft.
This type of work is not the type of work I like doing. I do not like painting. It's boring, but I've got to do it. I've been forced to do it today by Philippa.
But isn't it nice that everyone's going to come in and compliment this specific wall and you're the one that can turn around and say, hey, I did that?
This is as bad as watching paint dry. Boom, boom, look at that.
Boom, boom.
If you're no good at painting, getting a pro in to decorate for you will set you back about 150 quid for a room this size.
Good work.
Voila.
An alternative to shelling out for a decorator or watching paint dry yourself is to rope in your mates to help. So after years of helping everyone else, it's time for Mervyn to call in some favours from family and friends. He's even asked his sister Roxanne, and she's the one who stumped up the 5k.
Their house is not quite a home yet. I don't want to be rude, but it's just not a fabulous house at the moment.
Roxanne might have coughed up the cash, but she still needs to get her hands dirty.
You know, I want my niece to have a fabulous room that I don't think I should be painting it because it's not looking fabulous at the moment, but never mind. Anyway, we're doing what we can.
To paint the rooms this lot have would cost you around £580 in labour. But what will Magnolia Maid and Sam think of the navy blue feature wall in the living room?
Oh, wow. I don't understand. How comes it works?
Looks brilliant, doesn't it?
Oh, my goodness me.
It's really nice, really nice.
Why could I not see it before? Whatever blue this is, it's fantastic. It's lovely.
To bring the kitchen in on budget, Linda planned to just change the doors.
These look new. Hang on, these look very new.
Yeah, slight problem. The old units were 20mm bigger than these, therefore the doors wouldn't fit, so I've had to buy 3 new units. Apologies.
Oh, gosh.
About 120 quid.
Oh, flippin' heck.
I know, nothing could be done.
Oh, my life. OK, I'm going to have to beg, borrow and steal from elsewhere.
This also means new wall units are needed at £160. In the blink of an eye, the kitchen's gone £280 over budget. If you're planning on changing your doors, make sure you measure up your carcasses accurately.
Well, I just have to lose some cushions, some throws, some furniture that I was going to buy, and just have to be more resourceful, I guess.
OK, but we're behind time-wise as well.
Well, you crack on then.
OK.
I am looking at every penny that has been spent on this project because it hurts me to get rid of all those beautiful finishing touches because they really make a difference. They are what turns a house into a home. Everything is just, it's just to the wire, you know, it really is. Every time I turn my back, Pooch is really wanting more money for the kitchen, which he's just simply got to have, I know it, but I've got no money to give him.
Linda Barker is showing design-phobic Sam and Mervyn how to get the home of their dreams for just 5k.
You could go darker.
No, we're not going to go dark.
Are we not? OK.
There's tons of work still to do, and qualified electrician Mervyn's got the job of sorting out the unfinished electrics.
Right, what have you done?
I just need you, just show me what to do and I'll fix it.
What have you done?
I don't, just come and look.
He might be saving Linda £400 on specialist labour by doing the work himself, but as an industrial electrician working on London Underground, he lacks the delicate touch.
Yes. Oh! Oh, wow.
I didn't mean for that to happen. I know you've already done in here and I've just...
Yeah, it happens.
I tried to be so careful.
No worries. OK. In here, we're going to put a little bit of diluted PVA
OK.
to seal that surface.
Right.
And then we're going to mix up a little bit of bonding.
OK.
We'll infill, leave it to dry for about an hour, and then we'll just polyfill on the top. And
Great.
that's it done. So it's
Fantastic.
it's not a major drama.
OK.
Don't be
good
scared.
Stuff.
I'm
no
not
problem.
that scary a person.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not.
Don't you dare do it again!
No dramas there then, but the same can't be said for downstairs. The kitchen's sucking money from the 5k, and Builder Pooch has more bad news for Linda.
This is what I've got to still get. We don't have everything.
What's this? 2 500 doors. Are they new?
Well, no, I don't think these 500 doors have been ordered because...
Well, we're always going to have doors on the cupboards. I'll have a look at the budget again, but this is increasingly a problem in the kitchen because this house has got to look amazing.
Agreed.
So we can't just keep spending money in this kitchen. It's got to stop. No more. It just isn't happening. So if we need new doors, we've got to make them from what we've got.
If you don't have a pooch at home, you can find places online specialising in cheap cupboard doors, or the big DIY stores all do budget ranges.
Driving me insane. I need him to be more resourceful. We can't just keep nipping off and buying new stuff. That is just not how this house is going to come under budget.
Money needs stripping out from elsewhere, so it's bad news for King of the Finishing Touch, Joe.
We have got to lose some more money for our finishing touches. I know, there's nothing at all. The thing is about this whole project, when you do a kitchen, it just eats money.
Even with a reduced budget, Joe still has to help Linda deliver the look. So he's hitting the charity shops for bargains.
You have to be careful with upcycling because there's only so much of it you can do before the room starts looking like a fallout from a charity shop explosion. Well, it wasn't a wasted journey. I managed to find some really cool little tables and they were less than 15 quid for the 3. So I think once they're painted, we'll maybe do something a little bit interesting with the top. And I don't think you'll recognise them by the time I'm finished with them.
Here's hoping, Joe. Meanwhile, back at base, Sam's getting one step closer to sorting out the shower room.
So look at that, see, it's going to be like new.
Now, you could buy cheap tiles, but Barker's got an eye on the budget, so the old tiles will be reused. And that's why they've been soaked overnight to soften up the cement.
A lot of people take them off, see them caked in this and think, oh, we're just going to bin them now.
Yeah, that's right.
You soak them, clean them up, you can sell them. So you're getting some money back on the new tiles that you buy.
Now the cement's stripped off, it's just a simple case of sticking the tiles back on.
Push them in nice and tight. Lovely.
That was easy. Yeah.
We all know the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Well, with the budget stretched to breaking point, Linda's off scouring the streets for bounty that's been binned.
No one's put anything out on the street. Doesn't look like anyone's renovating.
Every year in the UK, we send to landfill £435 million worth of items that can be reused. So we could all save cash by recycling more.
It's all very neat, actually. Oh, those are great. Those are perfect. I love them. And there's so many that I can actually pick and choose. You know, all the houses around here are built at the same time, so all the bricks will be the same. So this is going to be ideal for what we want at the back of the house.
It's only polite to ask the homeowner before Linda can take them away.
Hello. Hi. Can I ask a really, really cheeky favour? Can I take your old bricks away?
Yes, of course.
You sure you weren't going to reuse them?
No, we're going to have new ones.
Were they going to take the old ones away?
Yes, I
So
am.
I'll be doing them a favour?
Yes.
Oh, no, that would be fantastic. Thank you. That is brilliant. That must have saved us about, I don't know, 150, 200 quid. Pooch is going to be delighted with me.
But back at the house, it's Mervyn who's drawn the short straw of chipping the old cement off the bricks.
Look, there's an easy way. I spent years doing this when I was a young lad. Look.
Go on.
Okay, between your knees. Okay.
Okay, I gotcha.
So you don't hit down, you hit into the brick.
Right, okay.
There you go, look at that. How easy is that?
Okay, gotcha.
If you don't want to chip cement off yourself, you can find cheap bricks at the big DIY stores, your local builders merchants, even an architectural salvage place, or if there's brickworks nearby, see if they have any surplus stock they're selling off.
See how easy is that?
Oh, mate, look at that. That's fantastic.
Piece of cake.
At last, the back door can be bricked up and the new window installed. Job well done for the total cost of £250, including £150 for labour and a window that's a second-hand as new bargain for 100 quid from a builder's merchant. And talking of windows, Joe's got an idea upstairs in Danica's bedroom.
Danica's old toy chest.
Yeah, that's it.
We're going to turn it into a window seat.
A window seat?
Linda's design right-hand man Joe has had his budget slashed, so he's got to get creative with some clever upcycling. By sticking some foam to MDF and covering in fabric, they create a window seat for just £14. High Street equivalent, £67.99.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
And there are grand plans afoot for the old chest of drawers too.
We've painted the whole chest of drawers white, and what I think we should do then is paint one of the drawers a colour. So rather than spend £15 on orange woodwork paint, which this needs, we're going to use this little tester pot of orange emulsion, £1. Now that's not appropriate for furniture, but if you use some matte varnish over the top of it, It'll seal the emulsion paint and it won't chip.
Similar drawer units would set you back about £120 in the shops, but this has been done for £11.13.
I like this. This is for me.
While Joe's upcycling on a shrinking budget, Linda's on the hunt for some cheap parquet tiles to sort out the gap in the living room floor. A local timber reclamation yard could have what she needs.
1 square metre is probably 2 packs.
OK, and should we talk price?
Well, normally it's £45 a square metre.
Right.
New on the high street, parquet can cost around £100 a square metre.
Is there any timber you chuck out, ever? Like scaff planks that you just don't want?
We don't really chuck stuff out, but we do have a lot of offcuts. We have a cheaper pile of stuff out the
Oh, music to my ears. Show me cheap.
back. Cheap, OK.
Places like this are great for finding old doors, old window frames, and the odd gem.
They're the ends of church pews.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah,
Maybe I could make this work.
it's pitch pine.
And look, it's an inch thick, more.
These were going to be heating my house for burning wood.
You were going to burn these? Andy, what can I pay you for these?
You can have some.
Oh, I want to kiss you. I have to reach over the pews and kiss you. That's amazing.
You might call that divine intervention. Now, in a spot like this, you won't find matching sets, just odds and ends. But that's no problem for Linda. In fact, back at the house, her next challenge is to convert Sam and Mervyn to crazy tiling.
I just want to inject a bit of personality, character and uniqueness into your kitchen. You're looking like I've terrified you.
No.
I want to lay them out so that you can have a
Sure.
really good look at what I've got in mind for you. It's good to have a bit of pattern going on. Now, I've got some big tiles, which are quite thick. Tell me what you're thinking.
Crazy.
Yeah. A little bit patchworky.
Absolutely crazy.
What? Crazy good, crazy bad?
Crazy bad.
Crazy bad!
I think this is the first time we've gone off the Richter scale.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is way off for us.
Is it?
Way off. Way off. It seems to be getting worse as it
Oh, no! OK, right. OK,
yeah.
so the unifying thing is pattern, and there is a unifying element of colour.
OK, I know it needs to be all kind of interesting, but some uniform. Can we do
OK,
that?
so actually, you would like a bit of symmetry.
I don't want to one day walk in and think, I can't stand this. Can I scream? Oh dear, I don't know. I'm really hoping that it will be okay and that I'll end up loving it.
Because they're not only different sizes, different shapes, they're different
Everything.
depths as well. You couldn't get anything more off-key.
It's a good idea to plot out your design first, before committing it to the wall.
So my first tiles that are going to go down are going to give me a symmetrical arrangement.
This is about mixing and matching. Don't just buy boxes of identical tiles. Shop around for individual ones at your local reclamation yard, architectural salvage specialist for something old, and local tile shop for ends of line. Thing is, can Linda convince Sam and Mervyn with her eclectic layout?
And this is what your tiles will look like. What do you think?
OK, so we got some uniform.
We've got symmetry.
Yeah.
And then I've got a block of 8 here.
Yeah, I can see it now. As
I sense
Merv
you're a bit
saying,
happier.
I am, because it doesn't look crazy.
OK. Are we good to go with this?
Yes, definitely. This
Yes,
is it fine now.
100%.
Off we go.
It's over to build a pooch to get the tiles on the wall. Should be simple.
This is a classic example of designers designing but not thinking about building. And we know it's going to look good, but I said there are going to be loads of cuts. Oh no, there won't. And there are millions of cuts. So again, this kitchen is proving to be a complete and utter nightmare.
Oh, Pooch, dry your eyes. Everyone's working as hard as they can on this job. Linda and Sam are creating wall art in Danica's room.
Good?
Excellent.
And Mervyn's laying the reclaimed parquet flooring.
It's good fun putting it down. It's a learning curve, but I think this will be my first and last.
I feel a little bit anxious. Everything's half done, and I thought by this stage I'd be able to have more confidence that it's all gonna be fantastic, but unfortunately I don't have that.
It's really difficult for everyone, I think, at this stage to imagine that final result, what the house is actually going to look like, because it's still covered in dust sheets, there's still ladders and plaster dust everywhere. I've got it in my head, but it's very hard to translate that and be positive about that all the time. It's at a very tricky stage, is this house, because it is such a clutter and a scene of chaos.
For the last week, Linda Barker's been working with Sam and Mervyn to give them their dream home on a budget of just £5,000.
If we need new doors, we're going to make them from what we've got.
The kitchen's been on the verge of sinking the whole project, but Linda's cut money from other rooms to pay for the overspend. The pressure's now on to dress the rooms for next to nothing.
I need a plant there instead.
Oh, would we put the kettle over here? Joe, I think that's looking amazing.
Perfect.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
But all their hard work will only pay off if two people are happy. Sam and Mervyn.
You're back! You're back! Oh, fantastic! How are you?
Oh, exciting.
Come on, let's have a look.
Daughter Danica's bedroom looked like a knackered old nursery with a tiny bed, wardrobes that were a design disaster, and the whole thing was tired and dreary. But Linda has completely transformed it. She planned on spending £800, but with some smart shopping and design sheets, it's come in under budget at £738.95.
Close your eyes. As soon as you
Oh, Danica! Danica, look!
It's different. Oh,
Do you love it?
I really do.
You'll be sleeping in here tonight. No more cot.
Thank goodness. And all my books and all my teddies.
The biggest expense was the brand new floor-to-ceiling sliding wardrobe doors at £406. But money was saved by upcycling the chest of drawers for £11 and the window seat for £14. Mervyn and Sam already had the bed, and the bedding only cost £8.49.
Hello!
Babe!
You want to give her a hug? I think you should give her
Do you
a
like
big
it?
hug.
Do you, Danica?
Yeah.
I knew I was going to love this room, but
Yeah?
I love it. Oh, this is
More books.
absolutely fabulous.
Sam and Mervyn's shower room looked like a relic from a grotty leisure centre, with a missing shower head, mouldy grouting and loose tiles. It's only taken a few small changes, but it's gone from shoddy to stylish. The Barker budget was £300 in here, but again Linda's resourcefulness brought it in for just £226.38.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's just what I wanted.
The new showerhead was the biggest expense at £105. The paint was £18, and the mirrors were bought online for just £14. But the tiles cost nothing, and by doing the work themselves, helped save them even more cash.
We made you learn tiling so that you could finish your bathroom. And I think the grey is so sophisticated.
It's very sophisticated. Can't wait to use it.
Yeah, good.
Downstairs, the living room was a catalogue of unfinished jobs. The colour scheme was beige and boring, the awkward layout was a pain to live with, and the office area lacked decent storage. But with plenty of hard graft, all the DIYs finished and the parquet flooring fixed. The feature wall's been given more wow factor with silver tape. Yours for £8.98. Linda budgeted £1,000 in here, but she's done all this for just £704.15.
Okay. Oh. Let me know what you think.
Oh, wow.
Come on in. Oh, I love rendering you speechless. You're not normally stuck for words. Talk to me about the cases.
It fits in with the room somehow. Whereas before I couldn't see it and I didn't believe it and I didn't want to believe it.
I think we can definitely use that.
I think they're here to stay.
Good.
We always wanted the feature wall. There you are. There's our...
110%.
The most money went on the sofa at £269. The suitcases for the bookcase were 60 quid, but the shelves were recycled, so cost nothing. And the flooring was fixed for just £32.50.
We trusted you, and we were right to trust you. I wanted to walk in here and love it. I love it.
The final room to receive that old Barker magic was the dark and awkward galley kitchen. It was falling to pieces, and like cooking in a corridor. Now the layout's been changed and new units fitted, it's like a brand new kitchen. Linda knew it would need the most money and allowed £2,900. But with all the problems in here, she went over budget, spending £3,364.47.
Linda, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna cry.
You glad I bullied you into the tiles?
I feel so bad now that I gave you such a hard
100%.
time.
Oh,
Now
that's
the tiles
okay.
Stick. It's huge.
It looks a different kitchen, doesn't it?
It really does. Everyone's going to want my kitchen.
Turning the door into a window for £250 was money well spent, as it's added loads of extra storage and work surface. More than £1,600 went on worktops and new units, but the budget was helped by using the appliances Mervyn and Sam already had. Linda's challenging tiles were £147, and the free wood in Coffee Corner meant the only cost there was £28 for cups. Linda went over budget in the kitchen, so will there be any change left from the £5,000?
So you now need to know
total.
the total.
what the final figures are.
Go on then.
£5,033. Oh, and 95 pence.
95 pence.
It's amazing.
Do you know what? I thought it was worth it.
It's amazing.
It looks like it's worth a fortune.
Now remember, the Barker budget doesn't include labour, and Mervyn and Sam have worked their socks off to transform their home. But if you'd rather pay someone else than do the work yourself, add another £2,000 or £3,000 on top.
I am absolutely thrilled to bits that they love that house, and that's going to make an enormous difference to their lives. Job well done.